Okay, if you're like me, these Alfa Spiders, the electric windows, are tired, they're slow, they're loud. Everything about them is terrible. Well, today we're replacing the passenger side with an electric motor from Centerline Alfa. Looking forward to getting it done, looking forward to having that window go up and down with no noise and also fast up and down. So let's get started. All right, we are at the door. Hopefully I got the angle right. It's going to be kind of difficult, but so here's what we got to do. So these bolts down here, there's 3 of them. That removes the motor. Then you have the pulleys down below here. We're going to get those out. There's 2 10mm bolts there. These are 8mm for the motor. There's 3 of them. Then we've got these 3 10s right here. We're going to need to get out as well. These hold the rollers up. So the goal is to get the window out of the car and then focus on then removing the pulleys and then getting the motor, the new motor put in place. So let's go ahead and start removing some of this. I'm probably just going to use my cutters here and just cut the wire here and then go from there. I think it's going to be the simplest way to do it. This is going to kind of probably be a little dirty. Just to show you, I mean, this door has been worked on before. Down here is the cable, so I'm just going to try to see if I can get that cut out here. There we go. Just get that out of the way, and then I'll hold the window because I'm not sure if this thing is going to go when I cut it, if I can do it this way. There we go. All right. I'm just going to cut in a couple of places here just to get the tension off of it. So I've got the wires cut here. So now I'm going to focus on, I guess, these here. Or, yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and get these bolts out. Go ahead and get this one. This was completely loose. And of course, this window was not working at all. It would barely go up and down, but you had to assist it. Let's see here. It looks like they put a rib nut in there, so that's lovely. Thankfully, we're not going to need that. Then we got this side, so I'm going to try to get a 10 wrench. All right, so I've got all of these pulleys released with the bolts. Now I'm going to go ahead and get these down here. Some reason there's still something still holding that window up, so we'll look at that once we get all these out. This is not a fun job for sure. Get this out. Okay, so got this bottom one out. And we'll move all the bolts, the rubber mountings, all these are just shims and stuff. We will bolt this back down once we're finished, but I just need to kind of see what we got. All right, so let me work on this and get this pulley right here out, because again, there's something that's keeping it. There we go. All right, okay. So here we go. So we're going to go ahead and get these down here. I'll raise it up to where you can see it. But the bolts here, let me see if I can get a better angle for you. So those bolts, this one, and then the one that's right over here, we're going to go ahead and get. Okay, so there's the part that mounts here, and then you've got the screw that goes in, and that's what holds the tension and adjusts the window itself. So we'll move those out. Pulley dropped. So we got one more pulley in there somewhere. Oh, here it is. It's fallen too. All right, so all the pulleys are out. Trying to get all of this stuff down. Now I should be able to take the glass and move the glass out. So we'll just put the glass right now in the car so we don't damage it. All right, so next is, let's move the camera around a little bit. We're gonna get these 3 bolts off here. This is holding the window motor in place. There we go. All right, now we got to figure out how to get the motor out. I really don't want to take the quarter window out, the front one. I don't want to do that. So let me fool around with it, and then I'll catch you right back up on the action. Okay, I got the window motor out. So this is the connector for it. So these little black covers, I got that out. So that's the window regulator here, the motor. So we got that out. I was able to get out the motor from behind the front quarter window here, whatever they call it. So it is out, and as you can see, it is all kind of nice and neat. Just joking. So really the inside of the door looks really, really good. So things look great. So the 3 pulleys that were there, those are out. So now we're going to get the new regulator motor, and let's see what that looks like and put it in. So let me grab it, and then I'll show you that, and then we'll figure out how to mount it. All right. The instructions and then the window motor, excuse me, is here. So we got to get this guy into the door and wiggle it around, see if we can get in there without having to take apart everything. So this ought to be pretty fun, and then also figure the wiring because the connectors are a little different. So I'll probably connect in those and go from there. So just cut the old connector and splice it into that one. Alrighty, so now let's see if we can get this motor in here without breaking anything. So I'm coming in behind this quarter window, or trying to. There we go. Let's see if we can move this around some more. All right. I had to work on this off camera, but the motor is in and screwed down, all that. So everything's on. I'm gonna test it to make sure I've got the wire temporarily just kind of out here just to test to make sure. I'm gonna have to rewire it, and then I'll get the wires back in the right spot. But I did have to drill a hole here. So that was the normal mounting spot, and then that's the normal mounting spot. So I had to drill one here and one here to get this motor in right. But I think it's in. It's pretty secure. They're all tight. I'm going to set the camera down here so you can see, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit the up button. Oh my gosh, look how much easier that is. That is awesome. All right, let me get the key turned off so we don't do any damage. Okay, so I would say we have a functioning window motor. Everything's working fine. So I need now to go ahead and get this wired in right, get all the wires back up in there. And then the next thing will be getting the window back in. And we'll then test the window moving up and down and make any adjustments that we possibly will need to make. Not quite sure what yet, but my goodness, we are close. Again, it was kind of a pain, had to re-drill holes and position everything right. This was kind of difficult to get in. You have to get it in and then get it way up at the very top to get the railing in as well. But not too bad, but it was kind of a pain. So let me go ahead and wire this thing up properly, and then we'll test it again, and then we'll get the window in. All right, guys, I think we have it. So let me show you. The window's up, so let's go down, and you'll be able to see how it looks. But before I do that, let me just bring this back a little bit so you can see the window a little bit better. All right, so let's bring it down. All right, let's go up. Down. Oops, down. And up. All right, so I think we have it perfect. So now I need to get the door panel and all that back on. So I need to go wash my hands and get the grease off of it. We'll get the door panel on. You'll see the end result of the door panel that we cleaned, freshened up as well. And then we'll go from there. But right before we put the door panel on, let me just point out a couple of quick things so you remember when doing this. So we had to end up drilling a hole here and here for the motor. This hole was fine. So we had to drill those two holes there. And then if you look down there where the rail was for the two pulleys, you'll use one of those and screw down and bolt it down to hold the rail in place. And then the other one, it's going to be hard to see, but it's down there. I ended up just putting a bolt there to keep it from rattling. And then you have the bolt right here, which is the adjuster. You'll use that one, and it's tight, so everything is working flawlessly. So we'll just go ahead and get the door panel put on, and then you'll be able to see everything in action with the door panel buttoned up. All right, hang tight. All right, guys, this is the final product here. So got the door card back on, door panels on, everything's working fine. Turn it on, and here we go. One more time. She is smooth. And that is a wrap. Window is perfect now. This one was not working at all. You saw the other video where we cleaned up the door card or repainted it and all that, put it in, and you hear the noise and stuff that door or that the window is making going up and down. I'm going to replace that one. That's next. I'll go ahead and order that from Centerline. And also, Centerline is not sponsoring this video. I paid for this just like you would, same price. I've used these in my '83 Spider when I restored those from manual to, you went from a manual window to an automatic or electric window, and worked perfect. So I think we're going to wrap this one up. Centerline Alpha is the place that I got the motor from. Again, you can go order them. It's a little difficult to put in, but it's pretty self-explanatory as you're kind of fishing it through the inside of the door. So guys, please like and subscribe and ring the bell. It definitely helps out the channel. And until the next video, God bless.